Okay, you guys, this is part of our little next YouTube video. I did put up a part 1, and I described putting the post in with a 60-pound bag of cement, working in clay, and having some difficulty being a two-man job, stuff like that. So I'm going to reiterate some of that in part 2. As you can see, the fence is up. In the far right-hand corner, the panel actually touches the ground, and I try to level it to the 4x4 from there, and then I dropped it down a hair on the face, including where the door is at. So now we're gonna turn the camera off. Okay, this is a slightly different view. You can still see where the gate is at. You can see the long run over there. That long run is actually pretty level. That's about 3 panels or a bit less. 6 foot by 8 foot long panels, so that's almost 22 feet or so, maybe 23 feet, a hair less than 3 panels. You can see a slight height difference in the front because it's starting on the other side. If I would have ran a string and excavated a little bit, it would have been a lot nicer. I would have got a nice cleaner job. This whole video is about the mistakes I made so you don't make the same mistakes. Okay, so I'm gonna shut off the camera, go inside, and then we're gonna discuss the inside, okay? Okay, here, before we go inside, this is the gate, and you can see the tolerance I got there is actually pretty decent. Okay, now let's go inside. Okay, I'm not going to tell you I'm very good at panning. I don't even have a panning device. I'm just using a typical ball head, and I'm panning it by hand, so it's not going to be smooth as possible. Sorry about that. This is the high end, and the front you should be able to see is a bit lower. There's a 2x material there added, and that was because that panel didn't go far enough, so that was definitely one of my mistakes. You can put a pressure treater there if you want. That's up to you. For now, I'm okay. Later on, I can update that. One of my biggest issues with that door, we're going to get close up on that probably close to the end. The panel comes as a panel like the other one, so you have to kind of frame it out. And I'll get closer to discuss some of the things I did, okay? All right, let's keep going around so you guys can see the inside. In part 1, you can see where the posts are already up. Oh, another mistake. See that 2x material? Okay, you guys got that, right? Basically, I only do fence repair where I've worked. I've never actually installed a fence. So I'm thinking, okay, 8 foot on center on each post, like per se floor joist or something like that. And or being 16 inches on center. Sure enough, didn't work out. Slightly off a little bit, my mistake. And then you have the overlap of the corners, which you're supposed to try to get correct. I think I showed you hopefully enough of the outside where I got most of the overlap correctly. If I didn't, apologize. And I'm going to turn the camera off, back it up a little bit. Actually, I don't need to back it up. You guys seen enough. I'm going to go for the door now. Just give me a second. And let's see what I got here real quick. Okay. Okay. The wood panel. Okay, this is about my mistakes. The ground is definitely not level. The string is what you want to use to get your level. And then see where you might have to actually excavate to get your fence level. Okay, you might have to stagger it if the level is really bad on your fence, but that's a different thing. Pre-drilling holes for the hinges, I did have to do that, and I'll get closer to the fence to show you that. There is a support over the gate. Can you see that support? I'm going to walk over there so I can point it out to you, okay? That support there is because the 4x4s didn't exactly line up. They were tight on top and they were a little bit wide on the bottom. So just putting that support there made things lovely. I kind of showed you on the outside how things are very tight, the tolerance. So that's a good thing. Okay. Always try to do this with some help. By yourself, this is going to be a rough gig. I had to do this by myself and it was a rough gig. So at least I'm being honest about that. Bottom pieces to level panels. Oh, there were times where the grade is pretty bad and on the ground, and I had to use some kind of support. And sometimes I would actually take 2x material, run it horizontal on the 4x4, screw it in so I could support my fence and get it nice and level and work with that instead of just trying to stack up rocks and stuff like that. It was easier to screw in a 2x material in the 4x4 so I can get the level in the front there. Okay, on the side wasn't too bad. On the other side, wasn't too bad at all. Maybe a couple of rocks, and I was good to go on the other side, okay? Sorry about my panning. What else we got here? You might want to level the front first, or come close to it. I would do the line all the way around the fence if your grade is like mine, and then see where you can get away with what. Okay, that's what I would do. I would run the string all the way around, level, 8 foot down from the top of the string, 6 foot down, excuse me, from the top of the string to the ground. See where you might have to excavate, where you might be okay with the height of the fence, even if they're slightly staggered like mine. Okay. Okay, let's go closer to the door and let's discuss the door last. I'm not trying to make this video too long, excuse me. So I'm gonna turn the camera off, get a little closer, and we'll discuss that. Okay, for a lot of people, it would be a lot of different things. What's the most important on installing your fence? I would say make sure your post, 4x4 posts, using cement, you're going down to the frost line if possible. Over here in Virginia might be 24 inches. Up north would probably be 36 inches or 30 inches plus, depending upon how far up north you are. If you're in Canada and Alaska, forget it. you're going really wide or really deep, one or the other. Okay. Now let's discuss one of the more difficult parts. You'll see a lot of people, they'll get a panel like this. See if that's in the air. And they'll put the hinges on here, thinking they're good to go, and usually it'll start to sag. The reason it usually sags is, first of all, it's not boxed in to try to keep things aligned, and second of all, you need these horizontal supports, this one here and that one there. Without those horizontal supports, you're going to have issues. Okay, probably the most important part is those horizontal supports. Could you get away without boxing it in like that? I'm going to say it's better to do something similar. This is not a professional setup. This is just something I thought of. Okay. After I boxed it in, I went to put the hinges on, and I only bought 2 hinges. And I want the door to be sturdy as possible. So I made these 2 little guys. This one here, that one there. And I didn't actually drill screws in there. I actually pre-drilled for the hinges on the other side. And then that's the hinges and the screws is what's holding that little piece in place. So there's like 3 screws. 1, 2, 3 screws here, and the same here. 1, 2, 3 screws there, holding that little piece in place to help me give me more support for the hinges. On the other side of the 4x4 right here, you don't see it, but there's nothing there. So I took another 2x material taller than the hinge, and I put it in there. I screwed it in here, and then I screwed the hinges in there. Same thing on the bottom. Okay, so that's how I made that real nice with enough meat so I could grab the screws without having any issues in the long run. I also did discuss putting this top piece here because I was slightly smaller here, about 5/8 of an inch or so. And that made a difference with this door being semi-square and my distance not being square, being wider at the bottom and tight at the top. Just cutting a piece similar size to the bottom, shoving it in there, toe nailing it from the top, I'm good to go. All right, so this is my little setup. These are my mistakes I made. And hopefully you guys don't make the same mistakes I made. I know I discussed it, but we're gonna go over here anyway. You can see where going 8 foot on center with the post can be off if you have to overlap it on the outside over there. Okay, and then over here I had to put another 2x material just to pick up that fence. Over here, I was missing 1 slat. Right there, I was missing 1 slat. So after I put the fence up, I cut the 1 slat and a couple of pieces, and I was good to go on there to close that line up nicely. So you got to figure out where you're going to overlap your panels so things come out nice. Okay. Over here, see if I can go around. I got to turn my screen so I can see what I'm doing. Excuse me. Things didn't exactly line up perfectly in that corner over there, but for now they're good. I can actually cut it and bring that panel in a little bit so it lines up a lot nicer. So things to consider for me later on. Now over here in this corner, I still have a little bit of gap there on the other side, and you can see I had to use 2 pieces of 2x material to get that fence in to overlap properly with the other fence, and then I probably had to put a piece of panel on that side also. So I kind of blew it a little bit. So hopefully this video helped you guys get yours much straighter than mine, so you don't make the same mistakes I made. I'm hoping that's enough for today. You guys have any questions, you have any suggestions, you want to point out more mistakes I made, I'm good with it. I definitely did use deck screws here. I didn't use any type of nail gun. I thought deck screws took more time, but I thought they'd be more permanent. And these are 5.5-inch dog ear panels instead of the 3.5-inch dog ear panels. You can get whatever you want. I got mine from Home Depot. The material I saw at Lowe's in my location didn't match the quality of materials I saw at Home Depot, so I purchased them from Home Depot. I'll go check both of them, see what I want, see what's a better price, what's going to work for me. I think I'm going to enjoy this privacy fence for a very long time. The other thing is probably painting or staining. That's something to figure out if that's which route you want to go. I'm not going to suggest paint. I'm going to suggest staining. Ready Seal, I believe, is the #1 rated one right now. You might consider. And when you got a new panel like this, I think you have to let it break in. It could be from weeks to months. You have to get some of that treatment on the outside so it can actually soak the Ready Seal in and work a little bit better. I don't have anything else for you guys. Let me know in the comments the good, bad, and the ugly. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.